A good success story can motivate us to take a risk and achieve our own goals. Hearing about someone's hardships and how they overcame them gives us the encouragement to do the same. So, here are 8 celebrity success stories that have become a source of endless inspiration for many. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get more useful videos like this one. Oprah Winfrey. Net worth $2.8 billion. It's no secret that Oprah Winfrey grew up in poverty and was molested by family members when living with her mother. Her life turned around once she moved in with her father. She received a scholarship to college and secured a job as a news anchor for CBS while she was in sophomore year. As she climbed her way up the media ladder, she soon became the first and only Black woman on Forbes' list of the top richest Americans. Known as the Queen of Daytime Television, Oprah has built a brand and a large net worth, which she has used to fund numerous projects and charity groups. J.K. Rowling, net worth $820 million. J.K. Rowling was a struggling single mother trying to raise her daughter on welfare benefits when she conceived the idea of a young wizard on a delayed train traveling to King's Cross Station. She scribbled her thoughts on pieces of scrap paper and started working on the first fantasy novel book that we now know as Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. The book, which took 5 years to complete, was rejected by 12 publishers before finally getting picked up by Bloomsbury Publishing. The Harry Potter series went on to become an empire, with countless books, films, merchandise, and attractions, leading Rowling to become the first billionaire author in the world. A title, however, which she gave up after donating a large sum of her fortune to charitable organizations. Michael Jordan, net worth $1.7 billion. Michael Jordan is known as the king of basketball, but he wasn't always the greatest player of all time. In high school, Jordan struggled to showcase his abilities, as he couldn't make the cut for the varsity team because of his height. Despite the setbacks, Jordan persevered and worked harder than ever until he was accepted into his high school team. 2 Olympic medals, 6 NBA championships, and 14 MVP awards later, Michael Jordan's impeccable work ethic and love for the sport led him down the road of success. This just goes to show that you aren't always born with your talent, but if you work hard enough, you can learn and achieve great success. Stephen King, net worth $500 million. The master of horror has penned over 90 stories throughout his career, most of which have been a definitive success. But the going wasn't always easy for King. Raising a family with his wife, Tabitha, who's also a writer, the pair could barely make ends meet. When he wasn't working as a teacher, King worked odd jobs at a laundromat, as a gas station attendant, and a janitor to keep a roof over his family's heads. His first novel, Carey, that tells the story of a troubled teen with telekinetic powers, was rejected 30 times before finally getting published, eventually becoming one of the best-selling novels of all time. Steve Jobs, net worth $250 million when he passed. Steve Jobs was given up for adoption at birth and had difficulty making friends during his early years. Despite his upbringing, he launched a company with his business partner, which is now known as Apple. But after a product failure, he was removed from the group and became an outcast. He then created new software, which was later purchased by Apple, and he returned to the business, becoming the CEO. He went on to become a great success in the software industry. Marilyn Monroe, net worth $7 million when she passed. Marilyn Monroe was born as Norma Baker in 1926, but lived through a troubling childhood, being raised by foster parents and in orphanages due to her mother's mental health issues, which made her incapable of raising her child. She then got discovered while working in a factory and signed with a modeling agency before launching her Hollywood career. It wasn't all plain sailing, though. Marilyn suffered 2 miscarriages and died of an overdose, ending her life far too early. To this day, however, Marilyn Monroe is a cultural icon. Mark Wahlberg, net worth $300 million. Mark grew up sharing a room with his 5 brothers and ended up working in a gang as a youth. His siblings had been in and out of prison, and then he found himself in the same position. Realizing he didn't want that life, he decided to straighten out and followed a new career path, eventually becoming one of the world's funniest actors. Mariah Carey, net worth $320 million. Mariah Carey was raised in a broken home around drug abuse. When she was only 12 years old, her sister drugged her with Valium, tried to force her to take cocaine, gave her third-degree burns, and tried to sell her out to a pimp. Her mother, an opera singer, also tried to knock Mariah's confidence, but she was noticed and signed by music mogul Tommy Mottola. Soon after they met, Mariah got romantically involved with Tommy, who was extremely overprotective of her. When she finally got the courage to divorce Tommy, he tried to ruin her career, but didn't succeed. So, now that you know these tough situations that famous celebrities endured, you should feel more eager to set and achieve your own goals. That said, if you're looking for more inspiration, head over to CareerAddict.com, where we share further information.
Career Addict offers professional resume writing services for all levels of professionals. So if you're in need of a job-winning resume, head over to our website, linked in the description below, and select your best-suited package.
And don't forget to like the video and click on the subscribe button to get more insightful tips.